Dave Chappelle. Man, that brother's been having a hell of a run, hasn't he? Gosh, man. I need to go away for a decade and come back. Maybe then when I come back, I'll be successful. Yeah, man, that's what it is, man. I'm overseeing my welcome. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are getting ear fatigue. It's too much Tim Black. They need less Tim Black. That makes your stock go up. Dave Chappelle's been killing. He's been on a roll ever since he came back into the limelight. Man, this guy, everything he touches is gold. At least that's how it looks. Okay, so I think it was Friday. Dave Chappelle put out this very short clip. It's called Redemption Song. And it's about, most of it's about how Comedy Central finally did right by Dave Chappelle and gave Dave Chappelle back his name. He gets his show back. And he can now put out a Dave Chappelle show if he wants to, because now he owns the right to his own name. So like, sort of like what Prince was trying to do, right? So that happened. But the other part of the Dave Chappelle Redemption Song clip is being discussed here by Don Lemon on CNN. Now, I'm hoping this clip that I got from CNN, will they play a little bit of Dave Chappelle, since it was fine for CNN to play, I'm wondering if YouTube will allow me to play it. I got a feeling they won't, Johnson. But I'm going to take a shot. Because this was played by CNN. Will they allow Tim Black to play the same clip that CNN played without threatening to shut us down, Johnson? Let's find out. What the hell? Let's risk it.
Leave it to Dave Chappelle to spotlight the hypocrisy of Trump supporters who stormed the Capitol. In a new stand-up routine, Chappelle points out that many of the Trump supporters who took part in the insurrection on January 6th are the very same people who criticized former NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick for taking a knee during the national anthem as he silently and nonviolently protested the treatment of black Americans by police officers.
Watch the tapes. Watch that crowd that told Colin Kaepernick he can't kneel during a football game, try to beat a police officer to death with an American flag. Look at that. That's what white people did. They felt what black people have been feeling for 400 years. For 30 minutes, stormed the Capitol and rubbed their on the walls. They carried a Confederate flag through the rotunda. The Confederate Army didn't even do that, mother. You went very far. It was a simple question. Do you have a country or not? And you said no. My God, man, we're in quite the pickle, aren't we?
My colleague Don Lemon joins me now to talk about this. You know, I just wonder, obviously we see a double standard that is played out here. I just wonder how you've been struck by what Dave Chappelle said, Don.
Hi, Brianna. I agree with Dave Chappelle, and then I actually don't agree with him in a sense, but mostly I do. Here's why. Because he said in, in the stand-up routine that they got the N-word treatment, right? I don't think that they did, because they weren't lynched. They were able to leave Washington, D.C. and go back to their respective places of where they lived, and got to turn themselves in if they even dared, if they even decided to, whenever they wanted. And they got to live where they wanted. They didn't get redlined. They got to get loans if they want. So I understand what he is saying. So yes, overall, I do agree with him. But for 30 minutes, they, tried to storm the Capitol and police beat them back. What they got was the consequences of of breaking and entering. But his whole point about the flag and Colin Kaepernick is spot on, because they used, as we have been pointing out, the American flag and Blue Lives Matter flags and flag poles and Confederate battle flags to beat police officers, to try to kill police officers. So, that's where we are right now. So in a sense, his overall point, I get it, but they didn't really get the treatment that African Americans have had in this country.
Okay. I hope things worked out there. You guys were able to hear that. I hope so. I hope we're still streaming on YouTube because these people they get pissed off, man. They don't want me playing anything, Johnson. Hope we're okay. Okay, first of all, guys, if you want to watch the Judas and the Black Messiah movie, it's on HBO Max. Okay, my bad. HBO Max. It's not on Netflix. It's on HBO Max. Now the Dave Chappelle clip, that's on YouTube and it's also on Netflix. Okay. So now back to Dave Chappelle. Wow. Dave is a bold brother, man. Dave is a bold brother. Dave Chappelle speaks his truth to power, man. He just puts it out there. And I'm very happy. I'm very fortunate. I feel blessed that I live in a time where there's a Dave Chappelle that's doing this because I try to do the same thing. And he inspires me when he speaks his truth to power, when he just says, screw him, and just says it, because that's the beauty of not having a boss, right? That's the beauty of his boss or his viewers. That's the way I look at it, in a way. In a way, because I talk about so much politics that I can't let you be my boss because people want me to be like bash Trump. And sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And then if you were my boss, some of you would be like, no, you need to keep bashing him. And then there's times I go and bash Biden, and people are like, no, you must be a Trump supporter. So I say you're my boss, but I don't mean it. Because if you were my boss, you would try to change what I do too much. You know what I'm saying? And then I would be inauthentic. So Dave Chappelle, he points out a good point, though, that these insurrectionist people, these people that stormed the Capitol, did these things, these horrible things, right? Here goes something, though. Some of the people that stormed the Capitol were complete idiots. And they were just playing games. Like the guy in Nancy's office with his feet kicked up, laughing his ass off. That guy wasn't trying to overthrow the government. No, it was more like a prank. You know what I'm saying? Some of these, some of these people weren't really, they're different people. Like, everybody's not the same. Now, I don't know why you show up with zip ties. Lock that dude up, okay? Like, come on, guys. Let's have the ability to be a little bit more thoughtful and not just accept whatever people are saying. I'm not saying they shouldn't be punished for what they did, but let's not act like everybody did everything the same. Everyone's not the same, Johnson. Right? I'm not saying they should be let off scot-free, but not everybody was going there to kill AOC. Not everybody wanted to kill Mitt Romney or Mitch McConnell. Some people just wanted to smear their feces on the walls. So, look, I understand where Dave Chappelle's coming from, and once again, I ain't got to agree with everything. I agree with a lot of it. I think it's masterfully done. I think he's one of the greatest orators, one of the greatest orators of our time. Dave Chappelle, a comedian, a guy who tells jokes for a living. He's a great storyteller. But I don't want to oversell January 6th. Yeah, I don't want to oversell it. There are more horrible things happening every day. The fact we got a government don't want to give us health care. The fact that we had a government dragging this feet on COVID-19. Like, we got other issues that are just as horrific, that aren't crystallized into one day that we can all just point at. Get where I'm going with that? Like, people are able to look at January 6th and say, look at that. That's disgusting. That's horrible. Yeah, okay, well, I don't know the day when Biden said, even if we get Medicare for all through the House and the Senate, he would veto it. I don't know what that day was, but to me, that's just as awful a day as this day, January 6th, was. In fact, it's more awful because more lives will be lost by not having Medicare for all or universal health care for every American available. And for a leader of the country to be so dead set against everyone having coverage, regardless of where they work at or if they don't work, regardless of pre-existing conditions or not, to have a president say, even if the will of the people wants this, I'm going to override it because my name is Joe Biden. And that's a horrible, disgusting thing. And that's why when I say that Dave Chappelle speaks truth to power, he does. But his power is only limited. He's also limited as well because it is a machine he goes up against. And he doesn't want to, like, why couldn't he say that? He has to have people in his family who needed health care before. Maybe he said it before. Maybe he said it. Maybe he said it. But he can't say everything. That's what I'm saying. Some people will never be happy. They want you to say everything. There are people saying, Tim, you're not saying this right now. But see, I'm not you. I didn't have that thought. It doesn't mean I don't agree. I just didn't have the same thought to say it. Doesn't mean I don't agree with you. And I'm not suggesting Dave Chappelle doesn't agree with me. What I'm saying is, I don't want to hear, look, I'm tired of hearing about the insurrection. Tired of it, man. Yeah, man, it's February, what's the day? 17th. I'm tired of hearing about that one day. Okay? If you got a parent that just died, or a child that's sick, or you wonder where your next meal is going to come from, or where you're going to live at, you ain't sitting around worried about January 6th. Now, yes, the people that killed that police officer, they should pay for that. There are things done that day where somebody's got to pay for that. Somebody should pay for it. Fine. Just get it off my damn TV so much. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to keep seeing it. And see, that's how you know. Look, guys, that's how you know who controls your media. Because that's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer for the people. If you're wondering, if you're sitting around talking about January 6th, that's got to mean you ain't got a lot of other problems in your life, Johnson. Nope. You can't have a lot of other problems in your life. I'm not saying it wasn't wrong. I'm not saying people shouldn't be held accountable. But what I'm saying is, it's a month later. You're still talking about that one day those people did that dumb shit or that horrible thing or that bad thing. When there are bad things and horrible things going on every day. And the only reason why you're still talking about it is they want you to still talk about it. The reason why it's in the front of your brain is because they want it in the front of your brain. Because there are a lot of things will get you just as upset. I'm going to cover a couple of them tonight. And they won't be living in infamy. The date won't be living in infamy. Get what I'm saying? But it's just as important. So, Don Lemon, Don Lemon said, hey, Dave got this one part wrong. I disagree with him about the N-word moment or whatever the hell. I think Don Lemon's getting it. Well, the way I interpret it, Dave's point there was that I think there are white guys and white women who see America totally different than we see America as black folks. Martin Lawrence said it. Martin Lawrence said this, guys, and this is the difference, guys. And I don't mean the goofy way where, you know, white people do this, ho, 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 and black people do this, ha, 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 ha. I don't mean those corny white, black differences they like to stereotype. Even though that is kind of true. You ever been to a black movie theater? But listen, here. White people can get loud in the movies too. I'm sorry, guys. I'm all over the place. Here it goes. Here's the thing. White people think America's theirs. And black people know it's not theirs. So white people get mad pretty quickly when other white people tell them what to do. So, hey man, that's it. Don Lemon. the N-word or the N-word moment where they had to, was white people being told, Trump ain't your president no more. He ain't the president no more. And he lost. And that's them being treated like N-words because they're not getting what they want, Johnson. It's sort of like the million white women who went ballistic when they couldn't get Hillary. We never get who we want. We're used to not getting who we want. And we got Obama, but then we got him and we didn't want him. No one points out that people didn't come out in 2012 and try to make it our fault we didn't come out in 2012 for Obama. Or 2010. We were disheartened. We lost the lux. We lost the Jedi mind trick stopped working because the real Obama started to surface. The point is this, man. White people who believe this is their country, who don't take no stuff, they don't like that. They got pissed off. So that's what it is. And I know Dave Chappelle will put that in a better way than I could ever put it. I'm working on it. Hopefully I'll get better at this in a way that, but I think you get it. And I think white people know white people like this. They know that's why white people that's why they get the way they get, man. That's why they get pissed off, man. It's their country, man. And it is their country. It was made for them. We were 3/5 of a human being. It wasn't made for us. We were like furniture. You were like a pencil. Should be used by white people. That's what you were. Hey, that's what I was too. My father's 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 father. You know? So I'm sorry, Johnson, it's what it is. Now, it's a rude awakening when those white people start waking up and realizing, that's right, your schools suck. Your rights are getting taken away. You can't choose this guy even though he's the guy you want. And the Republican Party sucks too. That's what they're realizing. They're like, damn, the Republican Party really sucks. That's new for them. There are white people just waking up and realizing how horrible Mitch McConnell is. You know, there are. There are some who already knew it, but I'm saying, all right, that's enough. Because I could go on that for much longer, and people probably won't watch the video anyway. It is what it is. And people, they want to hear about Trump. They don't want to hear about this. It's all based on my opinion, man. But my opinion of being online for a decade, doing this show and being around a lot of white people, black people, Latino Americans, Asian Americans, Native Americans. And the white folks are the only folks that treat America like it's theirs. Okay. But Tim, we're all American citizens. Yeah, I know. That's what they say.
Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Don't be fooled by corporate media talking heads misleading the people. Get your news and information from an entity that keeps it real. Tim Black. Tim Black is the host of The Tim Black Show. Independent news that leaves you informed, inspired, and sometimes entertained, but always in the know. Go to timblacktv.com and sign up today. The Tim Black Show is news for people who can't stand the news. See you there.